So once again, we had a pretty interesting chapter of One Piece, and you could honestly tell, like, come back from Oda's break, like the previous two chapters, like the pacing has slowed down drastically considering what we started off with at the beginning of the Wano arc. Like the pacing was dead fast. Like he wanted to get through all the introductions of Wano and then into the meat and potatoes of this arc, which is the conflict we got right now. So that's I think that's the reason why the pacing has slowed down considerably in these past two chapters. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just noticing that there is a difference. It's going to be a big week for One Piece, a big weekend, not only in the manga, but also in One Piece in the anime in general. Obviously, this weekend in 851, episode 851, we got the Luffy versus Katakuri beginning in the anime. And then on Monday, we got a huge announcement about the 20th anniversary of One Piece anime from the 39th issue of Weekly Shonen Jump. A big announcement for next year. A lot of speculation considering it could be a movie. It could be... I think that's like the strongest speculation right now. This popped up weeks ago on Aura Jackson, but I think it popped up recently. I'll leave a link to the description box below so you can check that article out for yourself. So that announcement's going to be released on Monday, and Bellamy, and it is confirmed to be Bellamy on the cover page from last week. So he's designing the Jolly Roger. It says here he's retired, which I really don't care about because honestly, I can honestly say I really don't care about Bellamy all that much. So if he's retiring, that's good. He's moving on with his man crush of Doflamingo, so that's great. We can move along. Obviously, you can, like I said, you can tell the one thing that's not changed, the pacing may have slowed down, but the one thing that's not changed throughout this entire arc has been the art. The art has been amazing from start to finish, to start to where we are right now. And also, if you notice at the end of this chapter, it states there's going to be like a color page or a color spread next week, so that could indicate a big chapter for next week. So I'm just letting you know. But again, Oda showcasing the art. You actually see a floating palace. And then we get like Urashima, the sumo wrestler we saw that's trying to hit on O-Kiku before Zoro and Luffy arrived. And he literally states, I retreated because that Ronin, I sensed the weird aura of Ronin, so I dipped. So I don't know if he has observation hockey or not. Still obsessive of making O-Kiku his wife, no matter what. And actually, we come to see another gift there by the name of Mouse Man. In fact, you actually see a raccoon in front of him, and it gets kind of like dark in a way. But then he's like, yo, if you burn down her home or kill her family, she has nowhere to return to. So all you need to do is ensure that she can't survive. Then she can come with you. But obviously, that's typical Kaido mentality, right? So that obviously O-Kiku is going to be a big plot point in this arc. I still say she has a connection with the Shogun. What that is, I don't know. Considering you have samurai blood in your veins. This country has clear social hierarchy. So they're going to use that to like manipulate whoever they want, right? Which is proven in this chapter when we see the women actually going crazy over Orochima, which is normal unless they're using that to advantage, because they know if they misbehave, if they badmouth anybody associated with the Shogun, they're going to get it. So that's pretty much what's going on here. And actually, the raccoon dog, I guess we see the raccoon dog, right? And you got Urashima's like, I love raccoon dog meat, so can I eat it like casually, like it belongs to these store owners, but this guy doesn't care. Then we shift over to another part of Bakura Town, and this is where things get dark. So we get to see O-Tama, and I ain't gonna cry, but she's in trouble right now. We see Gazelle, and it kind of reveals like using that much speed kind of drains him out because he's like sweating all over the place. So then we see, and this is where things get really okay. We see the lion like silhouette that we saw in the previous episode, or the previous chapter, I should say. Like the Lord Hodum, the headliner, he's the same rank as pretty much as Hawkins at this point, but I don't know if he's as strong. We'll just have to wait and see. He looks like he's got again, he's got tattoos that could be where he's a zone. I mean, that's definite, but what we don't know is how he's going to use his abilities. So, and obviously he's getting scared. And the first thing you notice, like the lion that we saw, is pretty much on his belt buckle, and it's alive. And I'm thinking, what the did Big Mom pay a trip to Wano, or did Big Mom run into this guy and actually decide to make that lion a belt? And this is where this guy picked it up, because where the hell did this live lion come from? Unless he had some interaction with Big Mom. And then this is like funny as hell, because you got Hodem and you got the lion kind of like fighting with each other because they're two different personalities clashing. So, and I'm guessing the lion, same body. So his crutch. By the way, good to know that the lion, and this all being said right in front of O-Tama, right? So the crutch also belongs to the lion. So he's got a live lion hanging from his crutch. So, I mean, leave that to your imagination. Obviously, with O-Tama kind of like being asked, how did you get those animals under control on Zoe? We saw you, our subordinates caught you. And she said, like, oh, I'm just good lying, trying to, like, she's good with animals. But we come to find out that she was told not to let people see your abilities, because people will use that for their own gain. I said that in the previous chapter. We cut to that. We see Luffy, Zoro, and O-Kiku riding on Kamino, right? O-Kiku's trying to like shut it to make sure he doesn't blurt where they are. So, and again, once again, Oda just showing out the background. You can see the art style in this town, even in a district like this. It's like Oda's sparing no expense and showcasing the layout. He's like, yo, we're here to pick up O-Tama. Some of the, I guess, subordinates of Kaido end up trying to block their way. Luffy just uses Conqueror's Haki to knock him out. It's like, it's nothing. So Kaido go knock him out. So it's like, once again, we get the layout of the conflict. Until 20 years ago, this was an energetic town that stood at the base of the castle, but then Orochi's subordinates began to take whatever the houses they liked for themselves. So obviously, I'm guessing that the current shogun is not the one we see in the visual. I'm assuming. We don't know. Kiku in the visual, right? We saw a year ago. So, and it looked pretty close. So I'm going to assume that's somebody in Orochi's district that's on there. But obviously the hierarchy is kind of explained even further. So the conflict is there. And I keep noticing each time this gets mentioned, Luffy gets like this pissed off expression, like he's because Urashima's like holding the tournament, right? Because it's just Wano Country sumo wrestler Yokozuna Urashima, right? Does he know about Kaido? That's what I'm saying, because he's obviously seeing like he's a part of the Beast Pirate. So why would they care about O-Kiku if like we saw at the start of this chapter? So I'm guessing O-Kiku has to have a connection with the Kazuki clan. There's no other reason for it. So, and this is where things get interesting and weird, because you got fangirls of Urashima. So I don't know how, but I guess there's some description of what he's capable of, and then he sees O-Kiku, right? So he's like, yo, so you followed me here to be my bride. O-Kiku's trying. It's funny because O-Kiku's actually trying to hide behind Zoro, as if that's gonna matter. She's tall enough to be a statue, so that ain't gonna work. So that was funny. They took his O-Kiku, right? They tried to take O-Kiku, one of the sumo wrestlers, right? Then she just comes in like no fucks given whatsoever. She comes in with a katana, slices the dude's top knot off, and it's like, yo, she could really fuck some shit up. So that's good. She can hold her own. They kind of like do describe like Urashima's like, I guess his feats of like brutalizing people, breaking bones in the sumo wrestling tournament. It's like he took down 19 people. I think you guys saw the last panel where Luffy's freaking out, so awesome. Kiku is so cool. By the way, I don't think Luffy has said that much about very many women in One Piece. So, and then Zoro's got this smile. Yep, I'm gonna make her my future wife. So that was just funny. You guys saw it as well. We'll see what happens next. But like I said, the pacing kind of like slowed down a little bit, but we got to see more from O-Kiku. I guess Urashima's going to try and strike back, but Luffy and Zoro there, I don't like his chances. And it got really brutal to the point where I guess like Lord Hodem was like going to use some pliers on her cheeks, like to see her devil fruit abilities. So that was really messed up. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later.